Ready? Welcome back to Fabrication 101. Great folks. It's great to have you guys back in the shop with me today. Today I'm kind of tackling one of the weirdest projects I think I've ever tried. I don't know if weird is the right term. Something I've never ever tried. I'm gonna try and wrap the Bronco. And if you haven't seen it yet, this was on my Instagram. This is the vinyl I got. It is a 3M vinyl. It's a camouflage, like a blue urban camo. I don't know what they call it. I think it's gonna look pretty killer. This came from a company called Metro Restyling, and I will link them in the description below. Like I said, this thing's got me a little nervous doing this wrap. It's nothing I've ever tried before. I have painted cars or vehicles before. I do have some experience with some of this stuff. But I've never done vinyl wrap before. I decided with this Bronco and the condition of the body, it's not perfect, it's in pretty rough shape, that this was gonna be a better solution than trying to paint, because paint would require a ton more prep work than I'm gonna do to put this vinyl on. There still is some prep. For starters, you'll see that I've got everything pretty much stripped off the Bronco. The fender flares are off right now. The front bumper or the front grille, the headlights are out, the turn signals are out, my hood pins are out. I did paint my hood scoop black to try to match the rest of the roll cage and stuff. It's the same black. I'm not gonna wrap this. I'm gonna run the wrap right up to this edge. I did think about taking this off, but I don't really want to deal with trying to reset all these rivets. So that may be a bad decision on my part, but that's what we're going to live with it. We're going to try it, we're going to see how it works, and we're going to work from there. Anyway, we'll get started on this side here, and we'll give it a shot. We'll see how bad we can mess this up. So right there to that mark is right about 35. So that's one of the nice things about this. Nicer quality wraps is that they have the little indicators on the inside of them so that you can have like cutting lines. I'm going to try my scissors first before I try to mangle it with a razor blade. You can see I'm not cutting it perfect because I'm a hack at this stuff, but all right, so, ouch. I got these little magnets. These are actually welding mag tabs, but I took all the parts off of them so that I could use them to hold things in place. So we're gonna try this. So here's the thing, is I don't know if it would have made any difference. Oh well. It's too late to turn back now. So we'll put that on there like that. Try to kind of get it roughly centered as best we can. Pull it, I want to go a little bit past. Hopefully I may have to scab in a piece in the back. What the heck? Oh. kind of trying to make sure I have enough to wrap this corner. Which even that's going to be a little bit of an issue, I think. Oh well. So I can trim this down. I don't need all this wrap up here. So I'm going to make a cut kind of where the wheel well is and get rid of some of this. So I want to be able to pull this right up onto this edge, pretty close. I'm going to trim it off. I don't know if I'll be able to stretch that around. I'm about 1/2 inch short. All right, what do you guys think? It's done. My first wrap job complete. All right, now the scary part. I gotta spray the backside. I need to figure out what I do with my heat gun. There it is. You do have to use some heat with this. Some of it, to some extent, it is a heat-activated product. Everything I've watched on this stuff is it's fairly forgiving, so hopefully I don't mess this up too awful bad. Well, let's give it a whirl. I got another little cleaner that I'm supposed to spray on it first, and then we'll give it a shot. All right. I think I'm going to start from that end and work my way this way, or start from the top and work my way down. Definitely going to have to do some stretching on this corner and see what we can make happen here. Kind of start at one corner, peel the backing off. I'm gonna kind of try to lay it in where it goes. Get started there, and then we'll come down here. I'll try to do like this. It's kind of working. It's probably a little too early in the game to get excited. All right. So what I'm going to do is kind of start working. I think I already got a little bit of so I'm gonna kind of move on to the other side. I'm gonna do it real quick, not real quick. It's gonna take me a few hours. Then we'll look at doing the hood, the front grille, and the tailgate. Hopefully, I have enough material for this thing. All right, it's been a while, but the wrap is done. At least mostly done, pretty much done. There's probably still a few little things I'm forgetting to do. I'm pretty sure I still need to post heat the wrap to make sure it sticks really good. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Am I pretty happy with it? Absolutely. Would I put this up against any other person's first time wrap job? Absolutely. You guys, this was not meant to be a tutorial on how to wrap a vehicle. If anything, it's a tutorial on how not to wrap a vehicle. So here's the thing. I'm a teacher. I've told you guys I'm a teacher multiple times. Some of my students watch this channel. And a lot of the things I say are things for myself as much as they are for the viewers and my students. And one of the things I see is a huge issue is I have students, and I see it all the time, where they're so afraid to fail that they're not willing to even try something. And this wrap is a perfect example of this. Is it a fail as a first-time wrap job? I don't think it's a win. I don't think it's a disaster by any stretch of the imagination. Were there things I did wrong? Absolutely. And I imagine if anybody who watches this has wrapped vehicles before, they're going to be cringing at some of the things that I do, and they're going to be laughing or just saying, "Oh, what a moron! That guy doesn't have any idea what he's doing." They're correct. I had no idea what I was doing. I'm willing to try. I'm willing to learn, and I think that's what's important. I forget who it was, whether it was Franklin or Einstein, who said you're never really a failure until you fail to try. And I think that's super important, you guys. Making mistakes, messing up, failing is a huge part of the learning process. Do I think I'm going to become a professional wrapper? Not in any sense of the word. Will I probably wrap another vehicle? Yeah, probably. I'm already thinking about how I would like to wrap my Super Duty, or how I might wrap this thing differently once the wrap starts to peel off in about a week because I made so many mistakes. But that's not the point. You guys, you got to be willing to try. You should never be afraid to fail at something new. And let this serve as a lesson. Get out there and try, do something different. Give it a shot. If you've never thought about doing something like this or painting a vehicle, go for it. But have reasonable expectations. Don't expect it to come out perfect. There are spots on this thing where obviously if I'd taken my time, it probably would have come out a lot better. If I had removed the scoop and wrapped around the edges and then re-riveted the scoop, the hood probably would have come out a lot better. But me being new to this and a little lazy, to be honest, it's not going to be perfect around. I got some rough edges around the scoop. I noticed the vinyl on the other side is already starting to peel, and it's only been down for like a day. I messed up on this. I did not order enough vinyl. And then when I reordered some additional vinyl to do the hood, guess what? I ordered the wrong camo. So I have enough vinyl to do this hood over again in a completely different camo if I really wanted to. But I'm not going to do that. I think it'd look kind of silly. It's not quite different enough. If it was way different, I'd probably go ahead and use it. But I decided that for this case to just buy some more. It's a learning experience. This was a whole learning experiment, try thing. I've painted vehicles in the past. I've never tried vinyl wrap. I just thought it'd be something fun to try. I also went ahead and had some pretty cool new decals made for the name of the YouTube channel, Fabrication 101. Those are made by my buddy Samuel. Shout out to Samuel. All right, you guys, that's going to wrap it up for this part of the project. I got a few new things coming up for this thing. Got a plumbing and air system for the air locker in the front. Do some light switches, and then talk about a light bar for the top of this thing. But I got some other projects to work on as well. Got to start working on the dump truck and turning it into a water feature, which I'm pretty excited about. So that's probably going to be the next thing that's coming up. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in for this. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me flounder and flail and make all kinds of mistakes, but eventually come out with what I think is a pretty sweet looking Bronco. Like I said, I'm super excited about it, pretty happy with it, and I'm really pleased with the results. Got a dog hair in my eye. I will see you guys on the next episode of Fabrication 101. In the meantime, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, and go build something. And remember, Remember, you should never be afraid to suck at something new unless it's skydiving.